Hi, this is the first in what will hopefully be a series of these videos, and what we're looking at here is the end of the prime camping season, and kind of just a snapshot of where we're at and how things look heading into wintertime. So you can see from this that camping incidents overall, whether they camp the past 30 days or their intent to camp in the next 30 days, very, very similar to last year, almost identical. Um, we've seen some similar patterns, which I think bodes well overall for the industry. So, again, things are looking good, looking strong as we hit some of the colder months. So, in actual numbers of people and households, that's how we measure things, is in households. You can see that these spikes, that's holiday travel. The holiday weekends, people travel a lot. But you can see that, the number of people who had planned to camp in October, pretty good, down a little bit from last year. We'll see what actually happens. What we've seen is that sometimes people say that they're not going to, but then they end up doing it. So over time that we've been doing this for 20 months now, and we see a very similar pattern. Again, looking at camping intent over time, well, this is a brief snapshot of people who started camping due to COVID, and it's a real interesting group. And you can see from this graphic that we've brought some of these people back. We saw a little bit of a dip this past month, but I have some thoughts on that I'll discuss next time. I don't think it's a concern. Really, I liked seeing the climb during peak season, which was pretty consistent across the board. And kind of looking at the reasons again here for why people don't camp. This is, people went back to school. They started back to work. The offices are opening up. You can see that as a barrier, increased by 6 points since May. But also overcrowding was an issue this year, and vacation time. Again, I think that's a factor of people just, going back to the office, even hybrid models and so on. We saw that gas prices dropped in October because we had seen over time that had been eroding as a reason, which I think bodes well for the industry that relies heavily on RVers. So we'll see. I know there's been some recent increases, and we'll see how that impacts people as we continue moving along here with the later season. One of my areas of interest is winter camping. I think it's a great opportunity for the industry. I think that as time goes on, people want to avoid crowds. They want to have different experiences. Winter camping is a great way to do it, especially if you have the gear. And you can see it's up over last year, that intent. The people who definitely or probably will go winter camping, not up at huge. We'll see how this plays out as we move along. Weather will obviously determine a lot of this. The one thing I like to see here is that new campers this year are even more likely to give it a try. These are people who got out this summer, had some experiences, and then want to get out again. So we'll be tracking this group along the way too to see what actually happens this winter. And what could help overcome resistance to winter camping here with the right gear? Not a surprise to anyone. People want to feel secure though, so a way out. Being able to have a way out. I think that's not a bad idea no matter what. Camping in an RV, a quarter of people who are resistant. This is the group who's resistant to winter camping. A quarter said they'd camp in an RV. Again, bodes well for the RV industry. Those are all good things. So, going as a group and so on, but the barriers overall, 3/4 of the people said they would at least be able to consider it under the right conditions. And how many households are going to snowbird or winter camp? Snowbirding looks like it might be down a little bit. We'll see how this plays out again. Winter camping up about 1.3 million. Again, we're going to see how this plays out. But overall, I think we're looking for a good winter with participation and getting people outdoors. Talk to you next week.